Hey, Sagittarius. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your February 2025 money and career reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Sagittarius, people are talking. They could be talking about your skills, your talents, your goods and services. This is word of mouth as well. So there could be some powerful feedback coming your way. There could be some gossip, but pay no mind to the small-minded individuals and try to avoid gossip or getting caught in that trap, because what I'm getting here is this is good feedback, or it's good word of mouth, because I feel like you have skills, you have talent, and people may also be talking about what you are doing with your money or with your time. But again, it's no one else's business what you do with your time or with your money. And I do feel here, you also could be negotiating a new offer. Knight of Pentacles. There is some action being taken here, but you're being methodical. I feel like you're thinking things through. You're taking a calculated risk on something, but you're not going to be impulsive is what I see. You don't want to be impulsive, but you want to be prepared. So that could be part of the conversation or people talking. There may be an important interview coming in. Perhaps you have applied for a position. People could be talking about your resume or talking about your role in the company. I don't feel like it's negative talk by any means here, but of course, if there are people who are naysayers, just pay no mind to them, Sagittarius. Now, what's going on in the recent past? I'm just getting all your cards out here. There is something that feels uncertain with the moon, maybe even something that feels irreparable. Is that a word? Where you're not able to fix it? This could be an item in the home or in the office that either has had repair work done, it needs repair work, or it needs a complete update. All right, that could be replacing the item. Maybe this is a computer or a laptop. This could be a phone. It could even be, if you work from home, perhaps this is a television, a washer, a dryer. I feel like there is some sort of mechanical device, we'll call it, maybe even a vehicle, all right, a mechanical device that may require an upgrade or a replacement in the month of February. Considering maybe even a career as a mechanic or in the automotive or aerospace. As I say automotive, you have the Chariot, which is the vehicle basically. So some of you could even be purchasing a vehicle in the month of February. There may be some travel coming in, or you could be getting your vehicle repaired by a technician because the mechanic is showing up. Now, you can easily fix your finances, but I do feel like you need to move out of a conflict or move out of some sort of pickle, basically. Five of Swords. Five of Swords can even be someone taking advantage of you. Yeah, if someone is taking advantage of your time, Sagittarius, or even of your money or lack of knowledge, perhaps you're going and getting a car part or item replaced, but you're not very familiar with that area and you're trusting in a professional, and it's important for you to maybe read reviews. Perhaps that's why I am getting people talking. And it does feel like a review or like 5 stars or 4 stars. It feels like someone could be giving feedback. I feel like that is showing up here strong in your reading. So if there is an area that you need a bit of extra guidance in, make sure that you are doing your due diligence by researching, checking out reviews, and maybe even asking other people about their thoughts. Use your own discernment, trust your own intuition, but I do feel it's important not to get taken advantage of. All right. Now, good news is you are moving out of an area of feeling a bit stuck or even feeling a bit uncertain. There is a new proposition here for you. There's a new opportunity coming in to kind of get you unstuck with that moon. There could even be some truths coming up here. You have the moon, which is about truths exposed, things that may have been hidden from your view. And I also see fears that may have been blocking you, or maybe even fears that were projected onto you spiritually or energetically. I feel like you're protecting yourself here with the anchor. This is also about, yes, protection, but some of you are relocating, traveling, being near the water. You could work maybe on ships as well, or maybe there's a cruise ship. You could be connecting with a group of people near a body of water is what I'm getting. Or if you go in for an interview, or if you go in for an important meeting, there could be a big fountain that is right in the middle of the property that you pass as you're walking up the steps. I see something here about water that's very significant for you, Sagittarius. You could even be locating somewhere near the water, or that's a dream of yours. I do see a gift. There is a gift, and this is a new opportunity or a blessing lining up for you. This also talks about your own spiritual and intuitive gifts as well, which could certainly be increasing. I see the Queen of Cups above you, and she is highly intuitive. She is a healer. So there's a windfall, potentially a sudden windfall coming in for you. This is the message here of generosity, financial support, maybe even a work surprise. And because this is the fourth card about travel or a vacation, you may be planning or preparing for, a big travel event coming in here for you in 2025. So whether you're booking this month or you are traveling this month, I feel like you are getting organized, getting prepared. You're reading reviews, you're doing your due diligence here, and I see that this could be a very beautiful vacation of R&R. Even if this is something work related, I still feel like you're able to have a bit of fun as well. All right, Sagittarius, I'm getting something that's hidden from view actually comes your way, and it makes you feel real good about the work that you are doing. So maybe this is a compliment. Perhaps it is acknowledgement of your work from a boss. Maybe this is a thriving 5-star review. It feels like this is a very beautiful gift that comes in, and it fills you with so much gratitude. So this is wonderful. All right, bottom of the deck, you have the Crown. Now, when you get the Crown, this is about overcoming obstacles, and there may have been some of them that have crossed your path, as we all have some obstacles at times. There may have been a power play or a power trip for some of you. You may have been dealing with a boss, or again, maybe that gossipy energy was coming from someone that you worked with. And I do feel like you're evolving. You have learned some lessons about authority or about power plays. You may be minding your own, business and just trying to focus on your own financial future and wealth. Some of you are owners and bosses. This is about you taking charge and making progress. This is what's showing up at the bottom of the deck. So I feel you rising to, king and queen status, which actually I see here in your reading. Now you're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles, something that's been taking a little bit of time to build momentum. Knights are the action takers. However, the Knight of Pentacles, he's slow. He is very slow, nonchalant here. He's someone who's practical yet hardworking. And I feel like you can stay disciplined, but there seems to be at times a lack of focus, maybe even a little bit of brain fog, or you've been questioning your path. And I see that with the moon here. It feels like you may have lost your direction. Perhaps that's why the anchor is here with the ship. Like, where is the direction? How do I embrace my highest good when it comes to career and money and wealth? And I do feel like you're getting back to a place of forward momentum. That's why you have the Chariot here. You're realigning your priorities at this time. You may be taking a look at your finances. I do see some sort of negotiation coming in or connecting to a professional or a higher authority figure who may be more advanced or knowledgeable in an area that perhaps you lack. You could also be going back to school, learning some new skills, and really focusing on your resources here. Yeah, I do feel like you're very resourceful, and this is about details. This is about being detail oriented. For some of you, paying attention to some details in February is going to bear fruit. All right. Read the fine print energetically and physically. Read the fine print of what's going on, connecting the dots, but also thinking, outside the box here in some way. Now, what's crossing you is the Six of Wands. It almost feels at times like you're overlooked, or you feel like you've failed. Maybe you felt alienated, or there may even be a part of yourself that you don't quite recognize, or you feel like you are not being recognized. And perhaps that is also why I'm getting such a strong energy of people talking. And maybe you have this self-doubt or criticism that people are talking negatively. Again, pay no mind to the small-minded who gossip. This is powerful. This is positive. This is you being in the spotlight here. So I do feel with this Six of Wands, even if you had a bit of a fall from grace, even if you lost your way, I feel like you're making a comeback here, because that's the victory wreath right there on the wand. The Six of Wands, when it's in the upright, it's about achievement, fame, public recognition, victory, success, and leadership. And because you have the gift here, I see that this is happening for you sooner than you think. And I am getting here between Aries season and Cancer season could be a very big time for you where you really take off. Now, Cancer is June and July, and Aries is March. So that is the start of the astrological new year. So things are taking place right now for you. I do see movement, but it feels like March is really when things start to take off, because I'm getting the fire and I'm getting the water here for you. Fire and water. Some of you may have some strong fire. I mean, you are fire yourself, Sag, but you may have also some strong water placements in your chart, specifically Cancer, maybe Pisces, maybe even a tad bit of Scorpio. But there is success here that is coming up. You may not see it yet because the crown is at the bottom of the deck, but I definitely feel like you're making progress. All right, you have below you a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, sleepless nights, maybe even nightmares, tossing and turning. The Nine of Swords is not a fun energy to be in, because we tend to let our monkey mind take over, and we start to get obsessive, and we start to go down the rabbit hole, and we lose sleep, and we're worrying about things that, maybe don't even exist. And it's a very challenging mind trap that is difficult to get out of. But I do see, with this being a 9, Sagittarius, 9 is about completion. We're also in a 9 year. This is the year where you override those anxieties. You take a look at fear and you challenge fear. You say, is this fact or is this an illusion? And the Nine of Swords is here to remind you that it's important to step beyond your comfort zone and take the necessary risks that are needed in order for you to move forward in your life. For those of you that have had trouble sleeping, I see that you're finding some answers, but also there's an important message here. When I get the Nine of Swords with the moon, this is your subconscious mind that is keeping you up or disrupting your dreams or your patterns in some way, in order for you to become aware of an issue or a pattern or a belief or a limitation. That is showing up for you. And I feel like you finally get it. You finally understand what your subconscious was trying to alert you to, right? Trying to caution you towards, saying, okay, this is a default mode that you tend to fall back on. Perhaps there's a fear of failure. Six of Wands, fear of failure, fear of being in the spotlight, fear of judgment, fear of criticism, right? Fear of shame, fear of not being good enough. You name it. There's a million reasons why we tend to shy away from this energy. And sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes you want it consciously, but subconsciously you're afraid. And I feel with the moon coming up, there's exposure. All right. Something that was hidden from view is now up in your conscious awareness for you to reprogram, for you to take a look at and say, wait a second. I don't have to sink below the surface here in a way that drowns me. I can go below the surface in order for this to uplift me. I can come up and take a gasp of air. You see the mermaid, that's her natural habitat, is to be in the water. Again, water element for you. I feel like you're coming up for air and it's like you're able to breathe again. Some of you, maybe there were some issues with breathing or the lungs. Take that as it resonates. Queen of Cups is what's above you. Sagittarius, you are wanting to foster genuine connections. This could either be someone that you are bringing into your life or spirit is bringing in to help you. This could be a spiritual healer, a coach, a psychic, a medical, professional. Queen of Cups is empathic and she is extremely nurturing. Now, this could also be a part of your own psyche, a part of your own archetypal energies of you embracing your own intuition on a deeper level than ever before. And that could be the submerging here of the mermaid. Perhaps you are really going deep within your own spiritual and psychic abilities here. And I feel like it's important that you don't doubt yourself. It's also important that you don't feel like you need external validation to prove your worth. However, I do feel like you're going to receive it. All right. So there's a little bit of a dichotomy there. You will receive validation, but you don't need that validation to know that you are skilled and worthy. But it feels good, right? It always feels good to get that positive feedback that you are tapping in to your intuition, that you're doing good, you have good skills, that your hard work is paying off. And I feel like the more that you surrender to this heart energy, to this soul purpose, this mission, the more fulfilled you will feel. All right, near future, Cancerian energy here. We have movement. This is the fastest moving energy here. This is fast forward. This is travel. It's your goals. It is leading forward with a sense of control. Now, control can sometimes be over the top. We tend to control things so much that it actually blocks us. It causes us to be very rigid. Think of, hanging onto the steering wheel and we feel like we are so controlled by it where we're not paying attention to other things that are around us. I feel like this energy that's showing up says, loosen the reins. Loosen the reins. You see that this guy is on top of the chariot. He doesn't even have any reins. He's trusting that the horses here, the black and white horse, are going to lead him forward. And it's through the energy connection. He understands that he doesn't have to speak. It's his emotional demeanor and drive that leads this forward, his intuition that drives it forward here. And I see that's what you are kind of releasing the reins on, is there are certain things that are out of your control. And if that's the case, the only thing you can control is how you respond. And I see that you are realigning energies here. This is about you not being impulsive, not feeling like you have lack of direction. And it's not about selfishness. It's about moving forward here in victory because you are surrendering and trusting in your soul purpose and mission. So you're moving forward in your career. And a lot of you are either in the medical field here, Sag, or maybe in the automotive here. This could also be you. You could be in any profession, but I feel like it's been a long time coming since you felt some sort of victory here or some sort of reward. And I think that is what is changing or what is shifting, because something deep within your own self is changing and shifting. Remember the subconscious mind here? I feel like you're shattering through a glass ceiling, or in this case, shattering through, the top. You're coming up for air and you're able to understand something that you weren't able to understand prior. And maybe that was a block. It could be a money block that you have. Now, in your energy, you have the Six of Swords. Here you are moving on. This is beautiful. Six of Swords is moving on, endings, situations that were maybe you couldn't repair, right? Beyond repair. Didn't I say that in the beginning? You were stuck in maybe a Five of Swords where someone took advantage of you, and you never want to go back to that job or back to that old story or old situation. Maybe there was some form of manipulation, deceit, resentment, but I feel like you are moving on from that and you're heading towards calmer waters. Now, in your environment, you have the Eight of Pentacles. I love the Eight of Pentacles because it is about constantly learning and achieving levels of mastery. And I'm all about growth. I am a student of life. So I'm always looking to grow and learn and advance. And that's what this Eight of Pentacles is all about. She has everything she could need in front of her. She has the books. She has the plants. So there's growth here. She has the pestle and mortar. She has, the candle. So there's a light. There's a flame. You could be going back to school, learning a new skill. There could be an apprentice program, some form of training coming in here for you. The Eight of Pentacles is about dedication, loving your work, and being experimental as well. Not having such rigidity that there's only one way of doing something, but experimenting, like cooking a meal, right? You're experimenting with some new flavors and some new spices instead of eating the same meal day in and day out. I feel like you're wanting to tweak it a little bit. You're wanting to spice it up in some way. And that's what I see you doing here. Now, be mindful of perfectionism. Be mindful of having to master the meal before anyone can taste it. Because how are you going to know, right? It feels like there could be a bit of perfectionism. This has to be perfect. I have to get this right. Now, there's a difference between continuously trying to better yourself, but then it comes a point where something is good enough, right? It comes to that point where maybe you've been writing a book and you've been editing it, and every time you go back, you find something, right? They say if you look for something, you will find it. So if you are constantly looking for something to edit, it feels like you're going to be stuck in a bit of a cycle of that perfectionism, or tweaking it to make it perfect before it's ready. And sometimes that's an underlying energy for fear of, failure. What if I put out that book and it flops? What if what if? Sometimes we get caught up in that cycle. And this is saying be experimental, ask for support, ask for guidance, ask people to read or edit the book. And I feel like it's important to bounce off ideas. And maybe that's also why I'm getting the people talking, because maybe you're talking to other people that are in your line of work or in your field of study here. Sagittarius, you're a researcher. I'm hearing you research, or you are researching this month. You are a student of life as well, but I feel like you're also a teacher, and you may have some very powerful gifts that you will in fact be teaching down the road if you are not already. Beautiful. What's in the hopes and fears? Sag, rest and retreat. Four of Swords, calming that monkey mind or that obsessiveness at times, or even recovery. Perhaps you've been working hard at something, or maybe this is also about you meditating more, spending more time taking care of your needs and your goals and your wants instead of taking care of everybody else. I feel like you are taking a little bit of time to R&R, and maybe that's why the trip or the vacation is coming in here for you, taking some time to just be. That's your hope. The fear is, of course, The mind overworking, overthinking, ignoring signs of rest, ignoring what the body or the subconscious is trying to tell you. That's why the Nine of Swords is here. Some of you are tired. You're like, I just want to sleep. I don't want to learn. I don't want to be constantly, cycling between having to grow and needing to rest because I'm exhausted. Sometimes the biggest learning that we can evolve into is knowing when to rest, because it's even through rest we are still growing. That is still a lesson. We get confused with the belief that if we slow down, or if we're not hustling, or if we're not producing, that we're not growing. But that's a lie. That's not the truth at all. And I feel like that may be a belief that some of you need to dive into, if that resonates. That you can make money while you sleep, for some of you. That you don't have to hustle to the point where you're exhausted physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually before you feel like you get ahead. I am getting a smarter energy, like working smarter, and also having the ability to heal, right, through sleep, heal the body, but also feel like your mind is sharp. There's something about a sharp mind. All right, what's the outcome for Sagittarius? You have two cards here, which I love. You have a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but a couple of wands. You have the Six of Wands, you have the Page of Wands, and the Queen. So the Six of Wands, remember, that was a challenge for you to feel recognized or feel like you can come back from maybe a dip that you have gone through, a challenge, a financial dip or a low point. Page of Wands is a new opportunity. It's time to get excited. This is the student of life, right? He's curious. She's creative. She has that enthusiasm. There's a message coming in. Pages also represent news or messages. So I feel like you are going to receive, or you could be the one dishing out some sort of important communication. And I feel like it goes back to what I said in the very beginning of your reading. People are talking. And what better energy than the Queen of Wands to be talking about, because she is someone that people talk about. She is sharp. She's witty, as I just mentioned. She's creative. She's artsy. She's magnetic. She's beautiful inside and out. And she's secure within who she is when she is in the upright position, when she feels like her life is on track. Those are all positive characteristics of the Queen of Wands. So if you get stuck or pulled into perhaps that gossipy energy or drama, sometimes the Queen of Wands, if she gets sucked into that, she can be bossy, controlling, competitive, vengeful, or even insecure, jealous, or catty. So try not to get sucked back into the like minds of small-minded individuals here. Page of Wands. You're not a page anymore. I feel like you are a queen, but there certainly could be some incoming communication that is delivered to you that really puts you up in a position where you feel like you are on top of it here. And I love this for you, because Sagittarius, you are fire. Queen of Wands is fire. All right, and I'm getting This Girl Is on Fire, that song. All right, let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Sagittarius? Now, some of you are guys as well. Girls or guys, it does not matter. The energy is masculine and feminine, which we have in all of us. What's a message here, please, for Sagittarius, February 2025? Poised, card 48. Some of you are 48 years old. Some of you are getting ready to pounce, right? Getting ready to fly in a way. This is about bringing something to light. Hello, Moon. This is being at your best. It is confidence. This drips Queen of Wands energy right here, being ready. It says you have every reason to feel confident. Everything you need to make your success concrete is now at your disposal. You can take action knowing that you are ready to step into your power, into your light, and into your service to the world. The direction you are moving in is your destiny. Your soul is smiling with joy as you align with this truth. Absolutely. I love this. So you are ready to move forward. And that's what that Chariot reminds you here as well, Sagittarius, that you are ready to move forward because you're feeling more emotionally balanced. You're feeling slow and steady, kind of wins that race here. And I do see that you have success crossing your energy. You're not going to give up. You're not going to give up on your dream. You're not going to give up on your goals. And I feel like you will make it to that destination, but have fun. Have fun along the way. Don't burn yourself out. Don't exhaust yourself where you get to that destination and you say, well, what was this for? Right? You are ready here to launch into a new paradigm. All right, let's get a message from your spirit animals. And at this time, Sagittarius, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, domesticated, mystical, or magical. This could be a pet that you have by your side, at your home, or maybe has crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. This could be an animal that's recently crossed your path in the great outdoors, visited through your dreams or through your meditations. There is no right or wrong answer, Sagittarius. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is drop your animal or animals. You can have more than one. Drop them in the comment section below. I will enter you into that free reading giveaway. So please make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification on the first of the month. All right, you have a lot of winged creatures here. A lot of winged creatures. Okay, almost all of them. You have card 23. Some of you may be born on the 23rd. You could be 49 years old, 60 years old, or 63. You have eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. You're not alone on this journey. You are entering into a very prosperous phase, but you didn't get there on your own. You've tapped into your spiritual wisdom. This is also guidance from the spiritual realm. So knowing that spirit is your biggest co-creating partner here and has your back. The universe has your back in more ways than one. You have vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. Sometimes we feel like we've wasted our years, our time, our energies, our efforts. But when you look at your experience and embrace every single piece of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you know that everything you have gone through has been a lesson, has been an opportunity, and has proven that you are not alone. I feel like it's important to know that you are not wasting away. And if that is how you feel, like I'm wasting away, I should be moving forward, then this is your sign to move in a direction that really aligns with your mission, with your purpose. So you're not just simply existing. Even though some people just exist, they're just here for the human experience, believe it or not. But you, Sagittarius, you're different. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You are here to grow and to evolve. So every experience, even if you feel like it's a wasted one, it has offered you that opportunity. All right, you have time for a deep dive. Hello, Swan. That is that mermaid energy. So you're definitely diving into the subconscious. And I feel like things that are being brought to your awareness, pay attention to. Those triggers are gifts. The mirror that is being held up for you at this time is a gift. Whatever is being reflected to you, pay attention, because you have the ability to shift directions. And lastly, you have the rabbit. I love the rabbit. This is about luck, right? Now is a lucky time. It feels like whatever direction you are moving in with the Chariot, with the Queen of Wands, it does feel like it's going to multiply. You see that there are a couple of baby rabbits here, and rabbits, they tend to multiply. They're very fertile. So I feel like your energy is very ripe, very fertile at this time. So whatever it is that you put your mind to, you have the ability to multiply it, to manifest. I'm getting like ×3. So perhaps you are looking to grow and expand. I see that available here for you, whether this is in your career, your business, your finances. You have the ability to multiply your income in some way. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your soul's truth. What is Sagittarian soul's truth at this time? What do they need to know? All right, what's your truth, Sag? Sometimes this is the naked truth that can be a little blunt. Where can you create more space? Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. Do a clutter detox of your schedule, your home, and innermost self. Make space. Clarity will come. This breaks down the Four of Swords that we see in your hopes and fears. Remember what I said about the mental, mind dump, as well as overthinking things, obsessing about things? This is your reminder to use your time effectively, but have fun. Schedule in time to have fun if you must. Instead of filling your days and your hours up with productivity or needing to accomplish or do something, even though that is part of your mission, is to grow and to evolve, sometimes the lesson in itself is to just take time to be. And that was mentioned earlier here. So when it shows up more than once, Spirit is saying that may be an untapped energy that you are addressing at this time. Make space. Clarity will come. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I'm loving this. If you guys do too, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And do feel free to drop your power animals in the comment section below. I love to see what animals you all were seeing in your mind's eye. And hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss future notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sag. Lots of love.